Sometimes in life, our greatest motivators come from the most painful of places, and for Evan Moreau, that is truer than words.
I heard the news that my grandpa passed, and that was a very difficult time. And I wasn't even there with my family for that. I was in Gulf Shores, so that was kind of tough to have all my family back at home struggling while I was at the beach. But that kind of made me really get into bodybuilding. I go to the gym for him, and I feel like bodybuilding can really show yourself, and that's why I really kind of did it.
It was both Evan's grief of losing his grandfather and the guilt of not being there for his family that empowered him to pick up the weights.
It's fueled me because he would always see me play baseball. He'd always see me do kind of sports. So him just being there, he would always support me. And I want him to know, like, in heaven, that just because something's taken away, like, you can still do like the thing that makes you better. But at the same time, it's like bodybuilding was kind of my therapy, and every single time I would do bodybuilding or kind of hit the gym, it was in honor of him, but also just for myself as well.
While losing his grandpa fueled his journey, the health and mental benefits kept Evan going back to the gym.
Seeing like the actual results of bodybuilding is kind of like inspiring to me, at least, because where I was coming out of high school, I was 165 pounds. I had no muscle mass, and I just looked like a slob of candle wax. It's kind of looking at it from my perspective now, like if I cut down to 165 and I stay hitting my protein every single day, that's because of my mentality, and also just because I train so hard in the gym. With bodybuilding, it's just consistency. Doing the same thing repeatedly over and over and over is basically what bodybuilding is.
Evan keeps in mind the reasons of what he lives for every time he steps up to the weights.
What fuels me not to fall behind is just my friends and family kind of supporting me throughout the process, because I know it is very draining and it can be very challenging.
It's his constant dedication to not only the body, but the mind that keeps Evan grinding.
My biggest thing, I would say, definitely is 100% knowledge. I'm a coach that coaches people one-on-one, so getting this knowledge is really important to me. It's just seeing my physique as shredded as possible. I think that's a really cool thing to kind of look back on in the future. People in their lifetime will never look like that, and the fact that you could do that numerous times throughout your life is pretty inspiring to me, at least. It's really cool to look back on. You can show your grandkids, you can show your kids.
Just as he shares his passion with his grandpa's memory, Evan sees bodybuilding as a generational hobby to pass down.
So that's what I think. That's why I kind of do bodybuilding. I would tell him I won.
So if you do win, would you dedicate your win to your grandpa?
Oh, 100%.
And while bodybuilding may not last forever, it's the memory of his grandpa and the overall positive health benefits that keeps Evan going.